They chose him. Let them die.
Hey! Quit messing around!
I'm not messing around. I'm doing important stuff.
Hey, buddy. Eyes up here.
Okay, hello everyone. Today we are talking about Superman. Right there. But I saw this movie, and I'm gonna admit we got there a little late, so I missed like the first 10 minutes or so. But I know what it is, so it won't be a problem. This movie, first of all, let me just start by saying this movie was quite good. I didn't think it was like a masterpiece of a comic book movie or anything, like a lot of people are saying. And I didn't hate it, like a lot of people are saying for some reason. I liked it. It was pretty good. So, I'm just going to go through the movie, like, bit by bit. And we're just going to, I'm just going to go over my positives and negatives throughout it. And this is a spoiler review, so spoilers ahead, obviously. And without further ado, let's get into it now. So this is the part of the movie that I missed, but I believe it starts with Superman fighting the Hammer of Baravia, because there's this whole conflict between these two fictional countries, Baravia and I forgot the other one, put it on the screen, but it starts with a J. It's like Ja something. But he gets whooped. And I believe it actually starts with a text roll, like establishing that this universe has been here. We're not just starting at the beginning. It's been going here for a while. Because we're in mid-phase 2 in Marvel terms, pretty much. So so we get the preview clip that we have known about for months and we've seen for months of Superman in Antarctica. He's beaten up. He calls Crypto. Crypto's kind of a bad dog, but still a good dog. And Crypto carries him back to the Fortress of Solitude. The robots take him to the sun, or to the place where he can get the sunlight to heal. And nice detail. He watches videos of the video of his Kryptonian parents, the message they sent, obviously. And he is played, Superman's father is played by Bradley Cooper, who is Rocket in Guardians of the Galaxy and James Gunn's friend, and a pretty cool actor. So that's pretty cool. And then we go to the Daily Planet, right? Or we see, this is basically all that we get of Clark Kent in the movie. It's mostly Superman. So Clark is writing this article. He wrote an article about Superman where he interviewed him. Obviously, he interviewed himself. Congratulations, Clark. He's so cool. And he gets this call from his parents, his Earth parents. It's such a wholesome call. And then we cut to Lois's apartment, where this is again, we've been dating for 3 months now, Lois. First problem with this movie, the script just explains things away in one sentence that probably should have been talked about a little more, The movie does feel very rushed in a lot of places. That's the main problem with it. So, Lois is I want to interview Superman. And he's okay. So she starts to interview Superman, or Clark Kent as Superman. And it starts to get very heated. And it comes down, the people are going to die. And that part is finally, Superman cares about the people again. Zack Snyder, yuck. But Hold on. Sorry if you hear extra noise in the background now. But, like, Lois is like, I knew this couldn't have worked. I knew I'm not good at relationships. And Clark Kent, he just kind of, like, walks out. And then from there, if I remember correctly, you cut to Lex Luthor. Now, Lex Luthor, oh my goodness gracious. He is the most D1 hater of all time. Like, play an edit of him real quick, right here. That should be enough time. But he oh my goodness, this dude was like, the level of hating that he went to is honestly kind of scary. So first it starts like he has this board meeting with, I forget, like Secretary of Defense, I think. And it's like, this Kryptonian is like a danger to society, and I'm going to prove it to you guys. And, wait, let me go back to the Daily Planet thing for a second. A problem I have with that, none of the side characters there get enough time, including Jimmy Olsen. He's still the GOAT, but, like, he just doesn't have enough time. And, you know, James Gunn, after this movie, he's talking about maybe we could do a spin-off series with him. I wouldn't mind that. He was cool in this movie. But, anyway, what I was saying was, why's my brain not branding? Again, this is pure memory, unscripted, rambling. So, I don't remember what I was talking about. Okay, Lex Luthor. I remember now. I don't know why I didn't remember Lex Luthor. But he goes to the Fortress of Solitude in Antarctica with his girlfriend, Evie, I think, the influencer girl, with the engineer and Ultraman. And somehow they enter the Fortress of Solitude with no problem, which will be revealed later. And there's this really cool fight scene of the engineer and Ultraman fighting the robots, and Crypto is also fighting the villains. That was cool. And then this man, Lex Luthor, just aura farming, just walking in there. Like, play another edit real quick.
It's over, but this time we got it.
During all of this, he sets out a distraction. The previous night, he sent some of his guys to release a little monster into the city, which is like very little at first, but overnight it grows to like a building, like a skyscraper size almost. So Superman is fighting this thing, and he's trying to find a humane way to stop it. Like, he saves that's the scene where he saves the little girl. He saves like a dog. He even saves a squirrel. Like, that was like, come on, he's so corny, but I love it. That's the type of corny stuff Superman does. But then the Justice Gang shows up, which is Guy Gardner, Green Lantern, Hawk Girl, and Mr. Terrific. Gosh dang, Mr. Terrific. We'll get to Mr. Terrific later. He's so cool. But, what was I talking about? So they show up, and they do some Avengers level stuff. In the sense of they don't care about, they just want to get the monster. That's really it. And Mr. Terrific sends like little bombs into its stomach to explode its stomach, and it kills it. And before that, Superman was like, we have to capture it and contain it so we can study it and stuff. And Mr. Terrific's like, oh my goodness, dude, like, come on. And they kill the monster, and Superman catches it to stop it from crushing people. And then right after this is when it's revealed that this is like the biggest twist of the movie practically. The message that his Kryptonian parents sent, that he only saw the first half. He only ever heard the first half because the second half was destroyed in the crash to Earth. But the second half says, like, you are sent here, rule over these people on Earth. They're really weak. Like, repopulate the Kryptonians, like, and make a new Krypton on Earth, basically. So everybody just assumes that, like, It's Superman. He's here to, like, kill all of us and rule over all of us. And most of the time during the movie, I thought Lex Luthor had to have, like, done something. But no. That's actually what the message said. And that's a really interesting twist on the Superman story. A welcome twist, actually. But it's like Superman chooses his own person. He chooses to be good. We'll get into that mostly later. But then, hold on a second. Superman goes into this building, and like this is the scene where he's like getting like hoarded by the crowd and stuff. He goes in there. The Justice Gang goes in there with Green Lantern, blocks out the doors, and they're like, "Okay, who are you supposed to be, buddy?" And Green Lantern, he really thought he was all of that, but he was hilarious. He was such a jerk, though. He was a funny jerk, though, so I'll accept it. Hawkgirl doesn't really get that much, Isabella Merced. Like, and that's, it's okay, honestly. Hopefully we get to see more of her in another project soon. But we just didn't get that much of her. I just didn't really like that, because I like Isabella Merced. What I was saying, like Green Lantern and Superman almost get into a little tussle. Then, like, guys, we actually have to stop this. We actually have to, like, think about this. Like, and then, I don't remember exactly, but I think it's like Superman thinks, like, it's like, how else could they have gotten that? And then he runs to the Fortress of Solitude and sees all the robots destroyed, most of them, including the one 4 that he actually, like, is the friend, and Crypto is gone. And this is where we get the "where's the dog" scene. And it is such rage bait. It's genuinely such rage bait.
Lex, I tried to stop him.
It's fine, Heather. Superman, we finally meet. Would you like a coffee?
Where's the dog?
Dog.
The dog, loser! You took the dog!
That's right, you get all of this.
Where's the dog?
I have no clue what you're talking about.
He's just a dog.
I don't know what dog you're talking about. Ugly dog, okay?
It's just a dog.
Where's the dog? Yeah. But fair reaction, honestly. Yeah, and then, after that, I think it is where Superman turns himself in to the government. And they put it up to Lex Luthor to, like, imprison him and interrogate him. And where does he do it? In a pocket dimension. And what's in this pocket dimension? A bunch of people that are just innocent that he just doesn't like ex-girlfriends, and then I don't even know who all these other people are, but they're really scared of him too, for good reason. And this is where the lab above that is where he has Crypto captured. But he puts Superman in a cage, and then this is where he gets, like, the Element Man. I forgot what his name is. Was it Metamorpho? No, it's different. But he's in there. He's super zesty for some reason. I don't know. I guess people just have zesty voices, but I just noticed it. And he's like, "Okay, Superman, we're going to give you a few hours to think about these questions we're going to ask you." In the meanwhile, and the Element Man is forced to, like, make his hand into kryptonite, and Superman's in pain and all that. And then a few hours later, I'm pretty sure, Lex Luthor comes back with, like, a guy, a random innocent street vendor that was helping Superman earlier in the Hammer of Baravia fight. So, and then he's like, "How do you know this man?" And just for hatred's sake, he just kills him. He just shoots him. That innocent man, like, dude, this dude was such a hater. Meanwhile, at the Daily Planet, we have Lois, Jimmy, and them all trying to figure out, like, Superman couldn't have really been here to do this, right? We gotta Like, and then how is Lex Luthor even involved in all this? And they're like, well, Lex Luthor gives weapons to Baravia, and then as long as this war keeps going on, like, he gets more money. But then it's like, no, I feel like it's more than that. But then it's revealed that Jimmy Olsen was actually dating Lex Luthor's girlfriend, who, like, the girlfriend, she barely even loves him to begin with. She really loves Jimmy Olsen, and that's why she is trying to get him information and stuff. And let's think now. Mr. Terrific ends up... So Lois ends up going to the Justice Gang, the Hall of Justice, and gets an argument with the Green Lantern about ethics, pretty much, and insults his haircut, which is a crime. And she ends up teaming up with Mr. Terrific to go save Superman and try and expose Lex Luthor. And meanwhile, in the Pocket Dimension, they have the Element Man's baby in the cell across from them, captive. So he's basically forced to, like, hold up the kryptonite to him. The Superman talks him out of it, like, I can get your son for you if you just stop with the kryptonite. And he does just that. Superman escapes, but all the people in the cages are so scared that they just alert Lex Luthor. So, I believe he sends Ultraman down there to stop them. Or wait, I forgot exactly. But Mr. Terrific and Lois show up to the base camp outside of the Pocket Dimension, and Mr. Terrific gets this really cool fight scene. Like, and it's a needle drop. The song they play is really good. I forgot what song it was, but it fit the scene very well. And then, like, Mr. Terrific says, oh my goodness, Lex would build a Pocket Dimension this recklessly just because? Like, and then Superman saves Krypto, and then he tries to get out of there, but then Ultraman tries to stop them. Like, there's, like, a river of protons at the bottom of it. And they have this really cool fight there. And then they get out of there, and then it's revealed, like, the longer this portal stays open, the more it tears, like, a fabric into reality. And then so Lois and Mr. Terrific take Clark back to the Kent's home there to get healed up. And Pa Kent, the next morning, Clark and Pa Kent have this really emotional conversation about you choose the good person you want to be. Like, and it was actually amazing. The movie didn't get me to cry, but that was probably the closest. And so Superman gets back out there while the girlfriend character has been sending selfies of herself to Jimmy Olsen, but in the back, there is information to expose Lex Luthor. And basically, he made a deal with Baravia, with the Prime Minister of Baravia, or whatever, that when they win this war, he gets half of the other country to rule over like a king as a quote-unquote utopia. And then Baravia is preparing to fight. Like, Baravia's preparing to fight, but the undercountry barely has weapons, and it's a very obvious commentary on, recent conflicts. They barely have weapons, they barely have anything, but they're just standing there. They're not just standing there. But, like, you get what I'm saying. They're standing their ground before they come and attack. Yeah, but Superman, he wants to go stop that, but he first has to go back to Metropolis to stop. I feel like I'm missing a part. like, this is a very basic summary, but, like, he goes back to Metropolis to try and fix the dimensional rift that is occurring. And then Lex Luthor, like, he's in, like, his little pod ship, just watching this with pure hatred in his heart. And then nothing else. He was torturing Crypto, by the way. I forgot to mention that. Like, pure hatred in his heart. And he realized Superman is there trying to fix it, so he sends the Engineer and Ultraman down there. And Superman is... like, this is where you get the football field fight. It was pretty cool. Like, the Engineer tries to suffocate Superman, like, by, like, putting all the nanotech into his lungs and stuff. And then he carries them up into the sun and then back down. And he spits it all out. The Engineer's unconscious, but then Ultraman's mask is ripped. And then who's Ultraman? A clone of Superman. So, it's revealed, this dude, Lex Luthor, just to kill Superman, took, like, strands of his hair, cloned Superman. Like, it's a dumber version, obviously. It can't be a perfect match. He cloned him so he could beat Superman. And the actual reason he started this whole war was to make a reason to kill Superman. Like, bro. Like, dude. It can't be this serious. This is the most one-sided beef ever. But then, Ultraman and Superman fight. Ultraman is defeated. Lex Luthor sends us, like, Raptor soldiers. They also get whooped. And then Superman and Krypto go into LexCorp. I forgot to mention, during that Ultraman fight, like, Ultraman's commanded by Lex Luthor directly, so he was just spitting commands. Like, he spent 3 years, like, studying Superman's, like, moves and stuff. Like, okay, like, show me that. I kind of wish they did a prequel show or prequel movie to, like, show all this, but no. So, he's been studying all of his moves, and, like, he gives this whole monologue to Superman. He's like, I don't like you because you make us feel weak. By us, he means himself. It's like, we don't deserve that. Brain over brawn. If you know, you know. But Ultraman's defeated. His Raptor soldiers are defeated. Like, and he's like, no! He's tweaking out. Tweaking. And then they go into LexCorp. Krypto beats the crap out of Lex. Luthor. That was really funny. And then Superman gives this monologue about like, I choose who I want to be, and I'm going to choose to be good. I'm going to choose to bring hope. And the Justice Gang went over to Baravia. I forgot the name of the country. Like, to stop the war. And they do. And I love how Hawk Girl just kills the Prime Minister for, like, no reason. Is that not going to get brought up? Like, what? But after this, Lex Luthor is arrested. And Superman and Lois get back together. And everybody's freed from the pocket dimension. And Jimmy gets Evie. And then I don't know when my brain isn't braining. Like, Superman goes back to his Fortress of Solitude. The robots are fixed up. He's getting healed. And he says, play the videos of my parents. And it's not his Kryptonian parents anymore. It's like Pa Kent and Ma Kent. Like, home video. It's so sweet, honestly. Like, I honestly love that part. It's like, also, like, just because they're biological parents doesn't mean there's the one who raised you. Like, I love that. Then he goes back to the fort, and then after that, Supergirl, comes crashing down into the Fortress of Solitude, all drunk or hungover, whichever one it is. She's like, "Where's my dog?" Like, and then Crypto is actually Supergirl's dog.
Where is my dog?
Like, and he was just watching him. Like, and then Forrest's like, she's really the party animal, isn't she? He's like, yeah. Yep. And then I forgot what the final scene exactly was, but I think it was just that. And then the movie ends. The first post-credit scene, they're not very big post-credit scenes. I'll just do them. It's Crypto and Superman on the moon together. And the second one is like Mr. Terrific and Superman critiquing Mr. Terrific's work on putting a building back together unevenly. It was a really funny scene. But that's pretty much it. Main positives of this movie. I like the characters, even though I want to see more of the side characters. I like them. They're all likable, except Lex Luthor, but like obviously. And second positive, Lex Luthor. Oh my goodness, that man was a hater to the very end. He's gonna continue to be for the rest of the time in the DCU. I guarantee it. And third positive, Superman himself. I love that they made him like a symbol of hope again, and happy, and like corny, and jolly. That's Superman. I love that, and I love how he actually like, lost fights and stuff. He didn't just win all the time. That was a welcome part that like pushed a lot of people away from Superman at first. The action and CGI in this movie was all great. The set pieces were great. And it just had a wonderful theme about hope and choosing your own person. And I just loved it. I like this movie, but negatives. The script, a lot of parts, like, it did feel a bit overstuffed. You can start to see the cracks of where stuff was supposed to be a lot more evident, but they just didn't. They just, like, one-off mention things in sentences, and the script is very messy and kind of muddled, but it still works as a linear plot. Like, you don't really get lost, per se. You're just like, okay, can I get more on that stuff? Like, more like that. But anyway, editing this video is probably going to be a nightmare, because it's like 30 minutes long. But that's okay. That was my Yap Session on Superman. I overall did like this movie, and it had a $210 million opening with a $225 million budget. So it's definitely probably going to get $1 billion. And I don't know how Jurassic World or Fantastic Four is affecting its box office. I think there's enough time apart, each of them, that they should all make a profit. But that was my Yap Session. Like and subscribe and do all that stuff and watch for Superman, everybody. Okay. Bye.